Hey everyone, my name is Armads. I'm a beginner Nintendo collector from Brazil, and this video is mostly me trying to, hopefully in one take, because I don't know nothing about editing. I'm just gonna try to talk about my DS collection and how it has progressed over last year when I made a short video where I had 2 DS consoles and 8 DS games. So let's see how it turned out. Regarding the consoles, I used to have a black DSi and a silver DS Lite. I actually sold both of them because I'm leaning towards more special editions on the consoles. So right now I only have one console for the DS family, which is the Nintendo DS, Zelda edition, the Triforce edition, which is gorgeous. It's just amazing. And of course, I'm never gonna use it for playing. This is just gonna be for, admiration, I guess. Regarding the games, I used to have those. Those were the OG 8 games that I had for the DS. So starting off with, the obvious ones, Super Mario Bros. And Mario Kart DS. They both great games for the time. I don't play them anymore. I played them a lot in the past. Great games, like pretty much everybody owns those. So staying on the Mario lore, I also got, these are already new additions. Super Mario 64, Mario Party DS. Then I have Yoshi's Island DS, which I'm pretty sure I don't have the manual for this one. When I bought it, it came with this, but I'm pretty sure this is not the manual. I didn't realize when I got it, but it's no big deal. I mean, I try to purchase only games that are on their complete forms. And actually, my Mario Party DS, I actually had last year the loose copy of the cartridge, but now thankfully I was able to find someone that was actually selling the cover, the shell with the manuals. So I was very lucky because it wasn't very expensive. And I also have, this is probably my newest acquisition. It's WarioWare, do it yourself. Never played this one, no idea how it is, but it's Wario, so it's kind of like always fun. Continuing this, both Zelda games I already had. Actually, Spirit Tracks was already complete, and the Phantom Hourglass, I actually had the case with the manuals, but I didn't have the cartridge. So it's like the opposite of what happened with Mario Party DS. So I ended up, finding somebody selling the loose cartridge. So now I have the complete form. I'm not the hugest fan of those games, honestly. Like the Zelda DS games are a little shaky, not my favorite. And I didn't get anything Zelda related for the DS, from last year to this one. It's my Zelda DS collection is still only those two. Now my Pokemon collection, I used to have Pokemon Diamond, Soul Silver, Pokemon White, and Pokemon Y2. I played a lot of those games. Pokemon is one of my favorite franchises. I've been playing since Red and Blue. I mean, I'm 36 years old, so I played the OG games when they, were hot and fresh and new. So I've been playing them, since when they came out back in the day, back in the 90s. So I'm really happy that my Pokemon collection has grew quite a bit. Now instead of only Pokemon Diamond, I also have Pokemon Pearl, so both of them now, both complete. The White and Y2 I already had. I had Soul Silver. Now fortunately I have Heart Gold as well, both complete. And I also have Pokemon Black, so I'm missing Black too. Eventually I'm gonna get this one, but this is really expensive here in Brazil. So it's not something that you can, just, you can find it pretty easily, but it's really not very cheap to acquire. So I'm gonna have to wait. And also I got those 2 titles for the Mr. Dungeon series, which I've never played actually, but I'm excited to play those ones. I have a Blue Rescue Team and Explorers of Darkness. I think there are also like two more of those for the DS. Not completely sure. I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing. The collection is already, you know, a lot bigger for one year and 3 months. I guess we can call the period of time that I've been building up this collection. Um, those are all brand new. Final Fantasy 3 and 4 and Tactics A2. Haven't played any of those as well, but I'm glad to have some Final Fantasy titles for my DS collection. In a collection also that I started, and I'm very glad I did because I'm loving those games, is the Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright games. I actually started with Trials and Tribulations because this was the first one that I got, and I kind of fell in love with it. I actually haven't finished it. The stories are very long. It takes a lot of time. I'm not very smart when it comes to those games, but I fell in love with it. So I went to buy the Justice for All, and also the one I think is the first one, which is just Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Um, I actually stopped playing Trials and Tribulations just because there were so many references to games from the past. So I'm gonna start from ground zero with this one, and then I will move in the chronological order. I think this is gonna be better. I also have some Professor Layton games, and these are the only European versions of games that I have. These games, I'm sure it's pretty much, I guess, everywhere, but here in Brazil, they are insanely expensive. Like, they are out of this world, and actually really hard to find. Like, you never see them, and when you see them, they are like, it's just out of my budget. But I found this guy who had all four titles in the European version, and they play on my 3DS normally. So I usually would like to stick with like all American because like in Brazil we get the American versions. We don't really get the PAL versions here at all. But like the covers are really nice. I know the titles are different. This is called Kira's Village. This is Pandora's Box. I think the American versions is Diabolical Box. This is The Lost Future, which is like Unwound Future or something like that. And Spectre's Call, no idea what it's called in the American version. But it doesn't matter. I think they are just gorgeous. The cases are beautiful and super sturdy. The manuals are beautiful. So I'm not mad. I think I'm not mad on owning European versions of that, just because it's like the complete collection for the DS. Now for the 3DS, this is another story, and I will talk about it when I make a video about the 3DS. Another franchise that I was able to pick up is Kingdom Hearts. So I have Recoded, and I don't know how to say this. It's a bunch of numbers. 358/2. I don't know how to say that, but these are my Kingdom Hearts games for the DS. And now those last games, they are not necessarily, I mean, they are part of franchises, but for the DS and for what I have right now, they are single. The first one is Shin Megami Tensei, which is a series that I really like. The Devil Survivor 2. I also have Advance Wars. This is a game that I feel I'm gonna like just because my favorite franchise is Fire Emblem. I really like strategy JRPGs, so hopefully this is gonna be a nice experience. Not sure if I should start with this one because I know there are others, but like that came before this one, but it's just, again, very expensive. So it's sitting on the shelf right now. The backlog is beautiful and huge. I have a sealed copy of Heroes of Mana. So it's sealed. Obviously, I haven't touched it. I have Golden Sun, Dark Dawn. Never played this one as well. Okami then. This is one of my last acquisitions as well. I love Okami, the Nintendo Wii version. I played a lot of the game back in the day. I have the Switch version as well. Although it's a little different. When I played on the Wii, it was just magical. And maybe it's just because I got older, I don't know. When I played the Switch version, it wasn't as much, but again, this is out of context, I digress. Very excited to play this one. I just really like Materazu, and the art style of the Okami games are just amazing. A game that I've never played and I'm ashamed to admit it is Castlevania. And I kind of like the Metroidvania types of games. I love Ori, I like Hollow Knight, I like Super Metroid. It's probably my favorite SNES game. The only Castlevania that I have for the DS is this one. I believe there are two more. Again, unfortunately, super expensive, so it's very hard to come across them and to be able to buy them. Now, this is my favorite franchise of all time by far, and this is Fire Emblem. This is Shadow Dragon. Unfortunately, it's not the best. Honestly, it's probably one of the worst titles in the franchise. But I will make an effort to own every single game that I can, at least the ones that were released in the West. So yeah, this is the only title for the DS that we got here, because I'm sure, I think it's FE12, which is a new Mystery of the Emblem, is Japanese only, so I'm probably going to use Nintendo PC and some translation patches to play those ones. 999 is a very interesting game. I actually played the 3DS sequel, that is not a sequel, which Virtue's Last Reward, I guess it's called. I played that one first, fell in love with it, realized it was part of some sort of franchise, if you will. So I got this one, and this one is amazing as well. Just loved it. Radiant Story, a JRPG, super charming, love it. But I've never played the DS version because I do have the 3DS version, which is called Perfect Chronology, which is really, really great JRPGs, probably top 5 JRPGs for the 3DS. It's just absolutely amazing. It looks really great. So I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna go to this one. I'm probably just gonna own this and never really play it, just because I've done the 3DS version first. And Trauma Center Under the Knife. It's an Atlas game, so probably gonna be good experience. I believe this is a sort of visual novel, more kind of like Ace Attorney maybe. Not really sure. Never played any of those, but I just wanted. I kind of a sucker for Atlas games, not only Shin Megami Tensei, but Persona and many others from the 3DS. We have a lot of them, and for the Switch as well. I mean, it's just a great publisher, I guess. It's publisher, producer, I don't know. But yeah, I just have this, and eventually, hopefully, I'll be able to play it. I'm not sure. Again, I'm being a little naive thinking that I'll be able to play everything that I own. And the last game is a little bit of a holy grail, I think, just because it was so expensive. I'm sorry, I know I've said the word expensive a lot in this game, but collecting DS and 3DS and GameCube games, it's rough. But this is Chrono Trigger, and it's a little damaged. It's not like in perfect shape, but at least it's complete. It has a manual, it's original, and I'm very excited to play it again, because I played back in the day on Nintendo PC, but I've never played the DS version, only the SNES version. So this is definitely the most expensive game that I own from all of this, except again, this one. I'm gonna show it again just because I'm proud of it, okay? I love it, and you're never gonna be touched. I just prefer to play my DS games on my 3DS, especially my 3DS XL, like my OG one, which is not a special edition at all. It's just like so used, but it has a lot of memories with it. So yeah, I used to have 8 games on March or April last year, I guess, around this time of the year. And now I have 32 games, so 4 times. I'm very glad that I was able to expand my collection, and I'm very glad that I was able to do this. Oh my god! Now I'm gonna screw up. Do this in only one take, but I don't think anybody's gonna stay for 15 minutes anyway. But if you did, thanks for watching. I intend to do this, talk about my collection for the other games that I collect, the other systems that I collect, which are 3DS, GameCube, Wii U sort of, and my biggest one, which is the Nintendo Switch. So thanks for watching again, and hopefully we'll see each other again.